Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Marcus Speaks. What is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that goes through trending topics and other random things. I'd like to welcome you here once more to Marcus Speaks Live. So, you can do me this one favor. Please hit that like button. Please share this to your respective social medias, your friends, your family, and wherever else you can share this at. And also, please, if you are new here, subscribe and hit that bell icon to all so you get all of my notifications once I go live. If you could, please subscribe to this here channel. As I just said, it is Marcus Speaks. But also, please do me one favor. Go into the description box, all right? Go into the description box. When you see the link that says rumble.com, if you haven't already downloaded the app, please do me that favor and do that as we speak now. And then once you do that, please go over to my channel that will, have this very video posted there tomorrow. I think tomorrow afternoon or something like that. Not sure when they do it, but should be there tomorrow, but you can watch it live right now, right here on YouTube. But in the future, if you could please subscribe to my Rumble channel, I would like to simulcast to both YouTube and Rumble, meaning that I would like for you guys to go over there, subscribe. So if things get a little saucy over here, we can just head on over to Rumble. All right. Um, Marcus Speaks Play comes on every Friday, but it is on hiatus as of now. But it does come on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Marcus Speaks Live, it's switching. It's like switching days every week. So next week it'll probably on Friday at 6:30 p.m. But this week is Saturday at 9. So next week it might be uh Friday, maybe around like 8:30. So depending on when I can get everything finished, that's when this show's coming on, because I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm trying to figure out what slot is the best. So if you would like to come up and talk to me, you can. There's a pinned comment in the description box here on YouTube. If you hit that, that blue bar in the live chat, it'll expand. After it expands, you'll see. I don't think I put the number in there at all. Anyway, the call in number is 302-283-9791 to call into the show. Once again, it is 302-283-9791. I wonder if you can edit this. You can't. All right, well. The link is pinned in the description box. I'll have to give you guys the call-in number again as we go through this. But if you ever want to come up here, there are 3 rules that you have to follow. Those 3 rules are: rule number 1, you must be on camera at all times. If you hit the link and come back here, all right, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I have to see you on camera. If you don't want to be on camera, which is rule number 2, please answer the question that is back here in the private chat. It is expanded, so once you come back here, you'll see that. Type in the private chat back here what you would like to do, be on camera or not be on camera, to the public. And please, if you could, with rule number 3, please silence all background noise. All right. Try to at least run a semi-professional show, so please silence all background noise. And if you could, please like this video, subscribe if you are new here, and share this once again to your family, friends, and whoever else that you're close to in your respective social medias. All right. Now, the way I like to do my show is that I like to play videos. And if you guys don't know, how that works, I'll show you. But I have to tell you something. The only way I can do this is through fair use. All right, fair use and fair use. But anyway, this is what fair use is. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, everyone, that was fair use. Also, with all the videos and the articles I will be reading tonight, every single last one of them have been altered in its original state. All right, wait a minute. All articles have been altered from its original state, so I don't get flagged for plagiarism, and so it can be fair use as well. And all articles and videos are accredited in the description box below. All right. So, how about we get into this? All right. Got everything out the way. So, let's get into a little small topic before we get to the juice of it all. Have any of y'all heard of passport bros? I'm pretty sure everybody has. Fellas, it's a new movement coming out. Oh shit! That you guys don't know about, and it is called passport cysts, or passport sisters, or whatever you want to call them. So, passport sisters is basically the same but the opposite of passport bros. All right, and I have some, like, this shit is wild that what I found. So, passport sisters, once again, I'll give a brief description, is when women go abroad or overseas or to the islands, mainly the islands, and they go out, as Claire Huxtable would say, and go out and have big fun at these islands with these island boys. Island boy. But anyway, they go out and they have big fun with these island niggas. And the main place that they're really going is Jamaica. Really, that's the only place that they're going. I know one of my exes. I know one of my exes, and if you're watching, Monique, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure you will go to Turks and Caicos because for some reason you had an affinity for Turks and Caicos when we was together. So I'm pretty sure you would be uh, going to Turks and Caicos if shit doesn't work out with that other nigga that you would. But anyway, um, this is what happens to most of these passport sisters that go there, go wherever that they're going. This is what happens. One second. All right, this is what happens.
I forgot to tell y'all about my fucking birthday. I went to Jamaica, so I'm pregnant by a Jamaican. I fucked a random Jamaican in Jamaica.
Come here. Come here. Bring me your face.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all another one of another person who went to Jamaica herself.
White passport sister caught
so much for
HIV
asking.
at
I'm
a
sure a lot of
resort in
people are
Jamaica.
wondering. I did a story time a long time ago, but I think it's time for another one. But back in, I think it was 2007 now. I went on a girls trip with a few friends to Jamaica. We just went to go have fun, get away, and I ended up having a little bit too much fun. I ended up having a one-night stand with somebody who worked at the resort, and obviously didn't use protection, came home and ended up getting really, really sick about a week after I got home. I was in and out of the hospital. They had a hard time finding what was going on because HIV doesn't show up in your blood that quick. And so they finally did a spinal tap. They found HIV in my system, and the rest is history. And here I am.
Funny thing is, I didn't know anything about the rafting part of that, but definitely on the resorts, they're having sex. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Just strap it up. Strap it up. What's the big deal? Just strap it up, man. Strap it up. Use condoms.
All right, so I have one more. Uh, where's them big girls at? They was talking about how where I think it's this first picture here. All right.
Plus size women, if you ever felt insecure, if you ever felt like you was too big, if you ever felt like you was just so high, how you doing? Good, thank you. If you ever felt like you just so fat that nobody's gonna love you, girl, come to Jamaica. They love us.
People, it's just the truth. It's what me say, and it might sound sad. When we see a foreign girl, we see them as opportunity first. It's what me say, uno might see we as love, but we see we as opportunity. Just like how if me they are Jamaica, and me see a girl where they are Jamaica, me not expect nothing from her. Me never expect she to take care of my family, them or take care of me and give me money. Me just look at Jamaican girl because me naturally see her and like her. When me see a foreigner, me look, me see opportunity. Is what me say before me even think about even know her, me see opportunity. Me see the lifestyle where she can make me live, and me see say she can take me out of the ghetto and carry me come foreign and make me can live some better life. Me not see you as somebody where me that love and want to do it for the rest of my life. It's just the truth. It's
All right. Us dudes do go to Brazil and all kinds of places, but mainly these women are going to Jamaican. So Juan Guan, my brethren, to all my yardie boys and all the dim things. Anyway, let's get off of that because that shit's depressing. uh, these females just got these females are competing with these boys, and mainly all they doing is just going to get their dick wet, and then they coming home telling stories. Anyway, um, should I play that video or should I not? Nah, I'll save it for next week. That'll be my banter for next week. So everybody, that was the banter for this week. So the main topic of tonight. So let's go over the overview. Bill Cosby is back in court for the same old ish. It doesn't stop. So, what's going on now with Bill Cosby is that he's being accused by 10 women. But the first woman we will go through right now. All right, here we go.
This former Playboy model is suing Bill Cosby for sexual assault decades after she says it happened.
After 54 years, why bring this case now?
This is about a day of reckoning. This is about accountability.
Victoria Valentino told Jim Murray she's finally able to seek justice after California passed a law that allows new civil suits to be filed for old sexual assault claims. Victoria Valentino was Playmate of the Month in September 1963. She says Cosby raped her at her lowest point shortly after her 6-year-old son drowned in a swimming pool.
I was sobbing inconsolably.
She says Cosby approached her and her roommate at a restaurant and said, "Here, take this. It will make you feel better."
That was when he gave me the pill and gave her the pill and then pretended to...
Wait a minute. So Bill just giving out Quaaludes at a restaurant, a full restaurant. He just like, he sees you sobbing and he's like, "Here, take this and make you feel better." And he waits for you to get woozy. That doesn't sound like something that actually happened. That's just me. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying it just sounds like it didn't happen. That's all I'm saying.
A pill himself and then reached over and put a pill in each one of our mouths.
The former model says the pills left her head spinning and claims Cosby then took her to his home where he sexually assaulted her.
I tried to stand up and my legs were like rubber and I just started to collapse.
Did you go to the police?
No. Would never have... I don't think it would have ever occurred to me because I felt it was my fault somehow.
Cosby spokesman Andrew Wyatt.
No evidence, no proof, no facts, no truth to the matter. We're going to feverishly fight this lawsuit.
Now 80. She says since word got out about her lawsuit, she started getting targeted by angry phone calls from Bill Cosby fans.
Dirty you. Why the you with this man? 54 years.
Do you fear for your safety?
I do.
Valentino says she was closely following the recent case of E. Jean Carroll, the former advice columnist who was awarded $5 million in damages after a Manhattan jury found that Donald Trump had sexually abused her in a department store dressing room 27 years before.
I was very proud of her that she went for it and that she...
Now let's talk about that real fast. So, they're trying to get Trump for damn near anything right now because they're not trying to allow him to run or whatever. So, by E. Jean Carroll getting her $5 million, but I believe these lawsuits were pinned before that whole Trump thing happened with the Bill Cosby women. So all this stuff is just coming out of the woodwork. So, if we remember the timeline, Bill Cosby goes for a defamation suit. That said defamation suit, I'm sorry. Bill Cosby goes for a deposition. Then Bill Cosby says what he says in the deposition. Deposition gets basically thrown by the wayside. After that, the new the district attorney, runs for election, says, he runs on, I'm going to get Bill Cosby no matter what. Right? That's what he runs on. So he runs on that and he wins, gets Bill Cosby indicted. Then Bill Cosby goes for a court case, loses the court case, goes to jail. From the one of the most ugliest women that anyone has ever seen. Tall and ugly, and has a little Jew fro up on her head. I forgot her name, and it doesn't really matter. But Bill Cosby does some years in jail. Probably, I think it was like 2.5 years in jail. He gets out because of a minor little fluke in the lawsuit. He gets out. He's been out ever since. I think since last year sometime. And they're still trying to throw this shit on him. First suit, I believe, was in California. Uh, Went for what was it 500,000, I believe. They settled that out of court. After that, um, then there's this. I don't know how much this woman's suing for, but let's see.
Won the case.
In 2018, Cosby was convicted of aggravated indecent assault of Andrea Constand, former Temple University women's basketball coach. The conviction was overturned in 2021, and Cosby was released after 3 years behind bars.
All right. So then the next thing happens, right?
Not
So but before we get there, let's get to the article. So the article that I have tonight to correspond with the video we just watched is from The Guardian, and it is, and you can see the actual title in the description. I kind of like did whatever I had to do to the title just to get to the point. So it basically says woman accuses Bill Cosby of drugging and sexually assaulting her in 1969. All right, 54 years have passed since then. So let's see. A former actress on who alleged Bill Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted her and another woman at his home in 1969 sued him on Thursday under a new California law that suspends the statute of limitations on sex abuse claims. Let's stop right there real fast. So shouldn't he had been protected under the old statute of limitation law? Because let's say that the old law states that after, let's say, 10 years have passed, that you can no longer accuse someone of sexual assault. Now the new law comes about, and it states that there is no statute on any sort of sexual abuse, rape, what have you, right? Shouldn't he still had been protected under the old law? That is the question. And since he no longer lives in California, which I don't even believe he ever did live in California, why is it that now it is time that these women come out stating that they encountered Bill and he sexually assaulted them and all this other stuff, right? So what is it about that doesn't seem right to me? And it doesn't. It doesn't seem as if it makes any sort of sense whatsoever. And that's just me talking. All right. Uh what I feel as though is going on is that for some reason they want they want Bill Cosby. Like, why do they want Bill Cosby so damn bad? Like, he's out of jail. Looks like he's just trying to chill, be around his grandkids, his wife, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to go through the tragedy of losing two children. Like, leave this man alone, yo. Like, this man is all of 84 years old, and he has yet to not be fucked with within the past I don't know, several years, but these allegations have been coming out since like the mid to late 90s of him either sexually assaulting somebody, having an outside child, um, what you name it, it's happened, right? So, what is it that these women feel as though that they're going to get out of this man other than money? Because it doesn't seem as though that they want any sort of justice. It just sounds like that they just want a money grab. This is all a money grab due to Gloria Allred. Because this smells like Gloria Allred's perfume all over this shit. Like, I'm not even bullshit. But we don't know. We don't know what's actually going on with this whole case other than what they tell us. So let's go through it. Let's see. In her lawsuit, Victoria Valentino, 80 years old, says she was an actress and a singer 54 years ago when she met Cosby, now 85. Okay, I was a year off. The comedian and actor later approached her at a Los Angeles cafe where he spotted her crying over the reproach. Hold on, crying over the recent drowning death of her 6-year-old son. The Associated Press does not identify people who say they have been sexually assaulted unless they come forward publicly. Valentino says Cosby offered to pay for a spa treatment for. Let me turn my page. For her and a friend, and then sent a what is this word? Let me see what this word is real fast. Oh, a chauffeured car. Sorry, never seen it spelled out. A chauffeured car to pick the woman up for dinner. That evening at a steakhouse, Cosby gave them each a pill and said in the court filing, "Here, take this," the lawsuit alleged Cosby said to them. "It will make you feel better. It will make us all feel better." Cosby then drove the woman to his house where Valentino passed out on a couch and later woke up and witnessed him sexually assaulting unnamed her unnamed friend, according to the lawsuit. The court documents allege Cosby then engaged in forced sexual intercourse with Valentino while she was incapacitated by the drug. Okay, so the alleged drug that they're speaking of is probably Quaaludes, or as people always like to point out, Spanish fly, as if Spanish fly exists. Um, I don't know if it exists or not. I don't know. I don't have a use for it, nor do I need to know where the fuck you can get it at. So that's just me talking. Because I don't take pussy. I barely like taking girls out, so that's just me. Anyway, so let's see. There's something in here. So she says she woke up to him assaulting her friend. Right, her friend was incapacitated, and he was, I guess, on top of her on the next couch over, maybe. I don't know. And then he forced himself on her. Now, all dudes know, and I'm a dude myself speaking on this. After we nut once, there's no someone else. There's no going to someone else to try to, do your thing again. There is no other way that shit can happen. But according to her story, that is what happened. So we'll take that part with a grain of salt and let's see what she says later on in this suit. So the the article also states that Valentino's allegations came on the heels of lawsuits last year by six Cosby accusers in New York under a similar provision known as a look back law. Um, that allows adults to file sexual abuse cases for allegations that had fallen outside the statute of limitations. The former Cosby Show star, who has been accused of rape, sexual assault, and sexual harassment by at least 60 women, has denied all allegations involving sex crimes. Now, let me let's stop there. I forgot what video I did on Cosby. I believe I have like two of them, maybe. Where I showed it's him, looks like he's in his office. It's a black and white picture, and there's three white women around him. Now, I said, I said this when I was doing that video. I said that it looks to me that these women want to be around him. I didn't say anything other than that. It seems like those women wanted to be around him. Now, what woman do y'all know wants to be around a married man? He doesn't trip on his words in his comedy. He always talked about his what? His wife and his kids. So, for a successful comedian, actor, producer, why would these women, other than for an opportunity, want to be around a married man? Doesn't make any more sense other than that. You want to be around this married man because he's probably one of the powerful men in Hollywood. That can get you on a show so you can be recognized. Now, will I say that these women were Now, would I say that these women were willing participants? I won't go that far, but I will say this. Why was you around this man if you know he conducts business? And let's say the word was out back in 19 what? What year did she say that all this happened? 1969. So if you knew about what Cosby did, and you gotta remember, Cosby was a nice looking dude back then. Pause. He was a nice looking guy back then. He was on was it I Spy? That's where he got his first break, or whatever, the show I Spy back in the 60s, I believe it was. Um and he was a good looking dude. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what let's see Bill Cosby in the 60s. This is Bill Cosby in the 60s, yo. Good looking dude. Real good looking dude. I Spy, 1960s, right there. You see that picture right there? That was the show that he got his break on. Then you see all these other pictures of him back in the 60s and 70s. Real nice looking guy. No, I don't even believe any woman would be like, nah, he's a married man. I don't want to fuck with him, right? They probably was like, well, I know he's married, but You know, like look at him and Camille. This picture right here, this middle picture. Check out Camille back then. Camille even was a fox back then. He got on his little glasses and shit, make him look more intelligent than what he already was. You know what I'm saying? Then he had the Bill Cosby show where he played a gym teacher. He was a frequent guest host on what was it, the Late Show, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a nice looking dude back then. You know what I'm saying? Check him out right there, looking like Rerun, uh, up in the yellow turtleneck. Bill Cosby was that motherfucker back then, yo. Like I'm not even trying to mince words right now. Like Bill Cosby was that motherfucker back then. And for a now for women to come out and say he sexually assaulted me, I don't believe that to be true. Anytime that it gets brought up, because it's like the man was rich. He was on hit TV shows. Even his TV shows were hits that he uh, acted in himself and probably was a producer of, maybe, not sure. But just look at it for what it is. Rich man, successful comedian, played in movies and TV shows. Women was throwing themselves at Bill Cosby back then. Just like, let's take Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was what? Cheating on his wife where? In Vegas. Well, where did these females come from? Well, they might have saw him and his friends hanging out. I love your comedy, Kevin. You know, I liked your last one. It made me laugh so much. He's probably sitting there drunk as shit with his homeboys. Like, oh yeah, well, come on, sit down, have fun with me and my friends. And that's where the groupies come from. They just come from any place, and they're like, I have a chance to be around Kevin Hart right now. That's all that they're thinking. I have the chance right now to hang with this guy, or I'm here sitting with none other than Kevin Hart or whatever, right? Now, let's continue. He was the first celebrity tried and convicted in the Me Too era and spent nearly 3 years at a state prison near Philadelphia before a higher court threw out the conviction and released him in 2021. His spokesperson, Andrew Wyatt, said on Thursday that Valentino's lawsuit lacks any proof of facts in that so-called look-back law violate constitutional rights aimed at protecting crime victims and those that are accused of crime. What graveyard can Mr. Cosby visit to dig up potential witnesses to testify on his behalf? Jesus Christ. Wyatt asked in a statement, America is continuing to see that this is a formula to make sure that more black men in America accumulate the American dream that was secured by Mr. Cosby. The lawsuit in LA County Superior Court was filed nearly 2 years after Cosby left prison when the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overruled his 2018 sexual assault conviction. So let's stop there real fast. Is that what we feel as though is what's happening? Is that America wants Cosby's money? Is that what we're saying? Is that Cosby is basically a dude that has accumulated so much wealth in his life that it has to be taken away from him through accusations of sexual assault. Now, what I say that Bill Cosby was a sexual deviant, I don't know. I wasn't old enough, nor was I alive during some of the times when he was doing some of this shit. If he was doing any of this shit that is being said about him. But my whole thought process would be this. Why hasn't Felicia Rashad came out and said anything? You gotta remember, she played his on-screen wife for a decade. From 1983 to 1998, I believe it was. So a little over a decade. She played his on-screen wife. And we've seen them in bed on, while we was watching the Cosby show. We've seen them neck and kiss and all kinds of shit, and the shit looked real. So why is it that she hasn't came out and said, "Oh well, Bill Cosby sexually assaulted me as well"? Because we gotta remember, uh, uh, not Tashina Arnold, Tisha Campbell sued Martin for sexual assault on set, or well, we thought it was sexual assault. I believe it was like rude behavior or something like that. And she has now forgiven him for that, but the speculation for years was that Martin tried to, sexually assault, shove his tongue down her throat during kissing scenes and stuff like that. And this happened for years. And it was never brought up. It was never brought up again until she brought it back up. Was it like a few years back during the pandemic when you saw the picture of Tisha Campbell, Tashina Arnold, and Martin all together in a photo? Now, before that, no, I'm sorry. During that picture, in an article, it stated that Tisha Campbell filed a lawsuit against Martin during the Martin days, and it was because of sexual assault or whatever, right? So why is it that, let's say this, why is it that no one has came after Martin for sexual assault? Why hasn't anybody came after Chris Rock after, well, I wouldn't see anybody coming after Chris Rock for anything. But anyway, uh, why hasn't anybody came out against Chris Tucker, Eddie Murphy, who else? You named a famous black comedian slash actor. You named a person. Why hasn't anybody came out against them? Like, why? Why hasn't anybody came out against them? It's just, are we just laser focused on getting Bill Cosby out the paint so then they can go with everyone else, go and talk about everyone else, or did Bill really do this shit? That's my whole that's my main question. Is Bill Cosby the main cohort of all of these alleged crimes that these women say that he did to them? Did it really happen? Where's the proof? Did you go and get a rape kit done back then? If rape kits was a thing back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Did you go and did you tell anybody? Did you call anybody up and say, I was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby? Did any of that happen? Did you do any of this? If you didn't, then why are we here? Let's continue the article. It found he gave incriminating testimony in a deposition about the encounter only after believing he had immunity from prosecution. The trial judge in an intermediate appeals court had found no evidence of such immunity. Earlier this year, a Los Angeles jury awarded $500,000 to a woman who said Cosby sexually abused her at the Playboy Mansion, who she was a teenager in 1975. Valentino is also a former Playboy model. Seven other accusers received a settlement from Cosby's insurers in the wake of the Pennsylvania conviction over a defamation lawsuit they had filed in Massachusetts because he lives in Massachusetts. Their lawsuit said that no, he doesn't live in Massachusetts. Sorry, he lives in not only somewhere in Philly. He lives somewhere in Wisconsin. He lives in Wisconsin. Their lawsuit said that Cosby and his agents disparaged them in denying their allegations of abuse. Valentino's lawsuit requests a jury trial and seeks unspecific punitive damages, which means we don't know how much she's suing for. That's basically all that means. But with that, in the wake of that, from ABC News, Bill Cosby sued in Nevada by 9 women. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck?
9 women filed a sexual assault lawsuit against Bill Cosby in Nevada. This happened yesterday. Over the years, more than 60 women have publicly accused Cosby of sexual abuses from groping to rape. The 85-year-old has consistently denied all allegations.
All right, so let's get into this. 9 women have filed a lawsuit against disgraced actor and comedian Bill Cosby, accusing him of sexual assaulting them between 1979 and 1992. Around that time, Bill Cosby had Fat Albert, and then he had what? He did a few movies in between. What else did he do? The Cosby Show, Ghost Dad, Meteor Man, Meteor Man, and what else did he do? I forgot what other shit that he did in between those times. And it's like, if you're accusing him of this shit, right? We should have at least a good. And these are 9 women that can give 9 accounts. I believe one of the women have been one of the many accusers from back then. She's still on like on the hunt to get some sort of money. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but 9 women have filed a lawsuit against disgraced actor and comedian Bill Cosby, accusing him of sexual assaulting them between 1979 and 1972 in Nevada. The suit filed in the Southern Division of the U.S. District Court for the District of Nevada comes as a result of a 2003 law that eliminated the statute of limitation for sexual assault victims to sue the perpetrator for damages arising from sexual abuse, according to the suit. Isn't that swell that both Nevada and California both took the statute of limitation law off the books to where anybody can be sued for this shit? Isn't that crazy? And again, I will say, what was the statute of limitation before, and why was Bill Cosby not protected underneath of it? If this shit did happen, if this shit really happened, why was it that he was not accused then? Because if he wasn't accused then of the shit, and you didn't call the police, say you were sexually assaulted, you didn't tell a friend or a family member and say, I was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby, here's my scars, or whatever the fuck, a woman would say, if they was in a position like that. And I'm not saying as if the shit never happened. I'm just saying, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense more than what it already is. Because to me, none of this makes any sense. Because it says here Cosby is accused of sexual assault, battery, assault, uh, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, and false imprisonment, according to the suit. Now, why would Bill Cosby keep a woman against her will? In any shape, form, or fashion. Why would this man keep a woman against her will, knowingly he has a wife and 5 kids at home? They were all grown during this time, but still, he has a wife and 5 kids to come home to. But he's keeping you imprisoned in an apartment or somewhere, something that you're in, house maybe that he has in Nevada, maybe, I don't know. Maybe a suite that he has somewhere at a hotel in Las Vegas or something. Like, why is he keeping you against your will, miss? Or ladies? Like, does any of this shit make any sense to any of y'all? Now, the 9 women who filed the new lawsuit in Nevada are Lice or Lease. I don't know how to say this lady's hyphenated first name, but Lice Lublin, Lily Bernard, Janice Baker Kenny, which I believe that's one of the women that was. I believe that was one of the women who actually accused him before, along with Janice Dickinson, Rebecca Cooper, Linda Kirkpatrick, Angela Leslie, and Pam Joy Abeta and Heidi Thomas. After Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in Pennsylvania State University, employee Andrea Constant in 2004, his conviction was overturned on appeal in 2001 and he was released. The conviction was overturned in June 2001 when the Pennsylvania Supreme Court concluded Cosby's persecution should never have occurred due to a deal he cut with the Montgomery County prosecutor, who agreed not to criminally prosecute Cosby if he gave a deposition in a civil case brought against him by Constant. But that was that lawyer. The second lawyer that came in, or the second district attorney that came in, took that deposition and basically got him locked up. So Cosby has always denied all allegations of wrongdoing and said any sexual relations were consensual. As I stated earlier, if you're in a room full of women, or you're in your office at a show that you're doing, or you're just, at an office that you own somewhere in whatever city that you're in, and there's women around you telling you how great you are, how cool you are, and stuff like that, and I can't wait to, come and see you at whatever, Las Vegas or wherever the hell he's going to be playing at that weekend or whatever. Why are these women around him? Because a woman who's not married to another man and has sexual relations with that man is deemed a whore, is she not? In the Bible, it does that not say that if a woman messes with a man who is wed, is she not considered a whore? Now, Mr. Cosby is a citizen of these United States, but these judges and lawmakers are consistently allowing these civil suits to flood their dockets, knowing that these women are not fighting for victims, but for their addiction to massive amounts of media attention and greed. Cosby's publicist, Andrew Wyatt, said in a statement to ABC News, "From this day forward, we will not continue to allow these women to parade various accounts of an alleged allegation against Mr. Cosby anymore without vetting them in the court of public opinion and inside of the courtroom." Last December, 5 women filed a similar suit against him, accusing Cosby of sexual assault and battery under New York's Adult Survivors Act. Cosby, in a statement from his representatives, denied those allegations at the time, saying Mr. Cosby continues to vehemently deny all allegations waged against him and looks forward to denying himself in court. Defending himself, as I said, denying. Sorry. All right, hold on. So, let's see. He filed a motion to dismiss the case last month. The Nevada lawsuit filed Wednesday alleges that Cosby engaged in the serial sexual assault of dozens of women, including the plaintiffs, by drugging women and using unknown substances to incapacitate them. Let's stop there. In the 70s, everybody was doing drugs, was they not? Was they not? Everybody was doing drugs. If it wasn't weed, it was some cocaine. If it wasn't some cocaine, it was heroin. If it wasn't heroin, who knows what other stuff. It was probably pills too. So Quaaludes. I don't know if they was doing Oxycontin or anything like that, but they was probably doing those exotic drugs such as Quaaludes and ecstasy and shit like that. We all hear about these Hollywood parties, right? Nowadays, all these Hollywood parties are for, people who are in the occult and all that. That's what, the conspiracy theorists say. But let's look at, what was it, the Met Gala that just passed? And a woman that has been modest her whole career, except for past few years or so. Janelle Monáe, she came out with a wonderful video to her new album, Lipstick Lover. Jesus Christ, y'all need to go and see that music video after y'all watch this. But let's look at Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe was draped in nothing but a see-through dress, and all she had on was a bra and panties. And then she performed at the Met Gala after party, and all she was wearing was her bra and panties that you seen underneath of her dress. So let's say the Michael Deacon program. What's going on, man? Let's take the Met Gala of today. So are you saying that there was nothing going on during or afterwards of that party? Like, why was Janelle Monáe on a bar singing a song of hers half naked? That says drugs to me. Like, I don't know what that says to you guys, but that says drugs to me. Because you gotta remember, let's remember Janelle Monáe nearly 20 years ago. Always had on like a suit, you know what I'm saying, a bow tie or I forgot what you call those other things. And she had on, slacks and dress pants, right? All the time. Fast forward, she's in revealing shit. Like like everything's out now. After she said that she in the beginning of her career that she doesn't want to be looked at as a sexual object, but now if you watch that lipstick lover video before they censored everything in the video, you had to watch when it first came out. Like that, it showed everything. But now when you watch the video, it's everything's blurry and shit. But all I gotta say is that Janelle Monáe got a nice little nipple on her. But anyway, that's not a part of this whole ordeal. I'm trying to make a point here by by saying that why were these women around this man taking whatever illicit drug that they were taking? Why were they there? Why were they around him? They know that this man's married. They know, let's say that he had a reputation in Hollywood where he drugged bitches. Who knows? Why would they not steer clear away from this man? Would y'all want to be around a man that looked like this? I'm fucking around right now, but I'm just saying. Would y'all want to be around a man that looked like that? It's just, to me, all of this shit sounds like a lie. Well, let's go a little further in this article. Each plaintiff was sexually battered, assaulted, and abused by defendant Bill Cosby in the same or similar manner as a part of the same conduct, occurrence, plan, or scheme that was perpetuated, conducted, organized, and or performed in Nevada by defendant Cosby, the woman alleged in the suit. Let me stop there. And that motherfucker R. Kelly, this is the same shit that they said about him. And now, let me say this as a disclaimer. I don't fuck with R. Kelly in no way, shape, or form. But when I was watching that documentary, when each girl said the same thing, basically, of how they met, of how they met R. Kelly, I found that kind of odd because it's like, how is it that R. Kelly's meeting these women the same way in a mall where his bodyguards are coming up to these women saying, "Hey, Mr. Kelly would like to see you later. Here's his number. Call at this time." Right? Why was it that always happened? It seemed like every city he went to that happened. Or let's talk about the parents who basically gave their kids away. Let's talk about them, such as the Savages and the McClary or McQuarries or however the fuck you say their last names. You know, who else? Oh, another thing about that. Why is it that when these people went on interviews, why is it that the interviewer never asked these girls to sing a song? Why did that never happen? Because all of the girls that he was around wanted to be R&B singers or pop singers or whatever. So why is it that no one asked these women if they could sing or not? That's just my personal, like, I just need to know that part. You know what I'm saying? But I when you have certain questions that can't be answered, you fall into being, a you fall in the category of people thinking that you do this type of shit as well. But myself personally, I only ask these questions because I see these questions not being answered. Or asked if that none of these questions get asked. Can you still sing? Are you still an actress for the Bill Cosby women? Can why haven't we seen you in like a Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie or a Tubi a Tubi movie? Because Tubi's handing out deals now. So the suit alleged Cosby used his erroneous power, fame, and prestige, and claimed interest in helping them and or their careers as a pretense to isolate and sexually assault them. Isn't this the same thing that they said about R. Kelly? That he used his power, fame, and prestige to then help them with their careers, right? To then isolate and sexually assault them. Is this not what happened with R. Kelly? Once again, I don't fuck with R. Kelly. I never fucked with his music except for a few songs. And all of those songs was what? Late 90s and mid 2000s, which was only a few. His five play album and the one song Happy People, and that's it. That's it of R. Kelly. And the I Believe You Can Fly song off the Space Jam soundtrack. Those only what? Probably had 14 songs on the five play album, so that makes what, like 16 songs I fuck with this nigga with? But that's it. When it comes to Bill Cosby, I actually met this man in I was in the 10th grade. I went on a school trip to DC, and we were lucky to get into this auditorium at I was going to say Howard High School, at Howard University, where he was giving a speech about Black history. So I was able to meet the man afterwards. I shook his hand, told him how much I liked his show or whatever. That was it. That was it. He said thank you, and I moved on. So for these women to come out and for this to still be the same shit that they're saying in every suit against this man, he had to have done something different. He had to have done something different with each. We gotta remember, Janice Dickinson lied about this man, saying that he drugged her when she actually took pills and drank wine to get herself to bed that night after being hurt after Bill Cosby said no to her advances. She lied. Nobody knows that story. But if you go on YouTube, type in Janice Dickinson uh Bill Cosby. Just type in Janice Dickinson Bill Cosby. There's, I believe it's, if not MSNBC interview. If it's not an MSNBC interview, it's a Fox interview that she did where she talked about how excuse me, where she talked about how she took pills, I guess Quaaludes, and drank wine that night because she showed up to his hotel room unannounced. She found out where he was staying at. She knocked on his door. He said, "Bitch, what you doing here?" and slammed the door in her face. Now, am I saying that all of these women are lying? No, I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that one of these women have lied, and it's a possibility that some of these other women are also lying. That's what I'm saying. Now, in the suit, accusers detailed similar stories of Cosby offering them drinks and intoxicants in them without their knowledge, leaving them unable to move before he sexually assaulted or raped them. The women alleged they were brought to his residence, because this nigga got houses everywhere in America, hotel rooms, or an isolated area under pretenses before the assaults occurred, according to the suit. According to the suit, is it Lublin or Lubin? I don't. It's probably Lublin. I don't know. One of the accusers alleged Cosby brought her in to his Nevada hotel room under pretenses that he would be monitoring her and assessing her acting skills. Okay, Lublin alleged Cosby then gave her beverages that had an intoxicant in them before sexually assaulting and raping her, the suit says. Bernard, another accuser who was brought to his room under similar pretenses, said she lost consciousness after drinking a beverage Cosby gave her and awoke to find herself naked, and it was difficult for her to move, according to the suit. Well, check this out. If you smoke weed and you drink, I seen this shit. I seen this shit happen to some of my friends. If you smoke weed and drink the night before, when you wake up, it is hard to fucking move. I had to pull many of my friends out of bed because these niggas was like, damn, yo, I can't fucking move. Y'all shouldn't have smoked so much, so shouldn't drink so much. I'm like, nigga, what the hell did you have last night, nigga? I was smoking on that ooh wee, and I had some Remy Martin last night. It's like, why are you smoking and drinking at the same fucking time? They're both intoxicants, nigga. What you trying to get? The ultimate high? Like, nigga, it sounds like you're what's the word I'm looking at? I'm looking for. It seems like you're trying to not have anything happen to you, because drinking's a downer, and depending on what you're smoking, if it's an upper or a downer, sativa or what's the other one? Sativa brings you up and starts with a D. I forgot it, but that brings you down. So it's like if these women were serious about what actually happened to them, we will all be like, okay, we get it now. We get it now. All of these women are actually telling the truth. But a lot of this shit sounds the same. A lot of it. Just like this, Bernard alleged she told Cosby she did not want to have sex and cried out for help, according to the suit. Cosby then allegedly placed a pillow over her face to silence her protest before he raped her, according to the suit. So are you saying that Cosby tried to kill her? Because how are you smothering somebody for however many amount of time that it caused him to bust a nut? She would have been out if you placed a pillow over her face. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen. All I'm saying is that a pillow of all things, why not his hand? Why not him holding you down with his hand over your mouth as you cried and screamed for help as he sexually assaulted you? Why did he use a pillow? I don't know. She attempted to fight him off during the rape, but was unable to, according to the suit. Cooper, masseuse, accusing him of assault, alleged Cosby invited her to his shows several times before inviting her to dinner and to provide him with masseuse services because of a tennis injury, according to the suit. I believe that woman was 16 at the time, she alleges, when that happened to her. I believe I went over that story as well. Where a woman, after 50, was it 56 years or something like that, came out and was like, when I was 16, Bill Cosby sexually assaulted me. The only way that happened is because me and him both had a liking for tennis. Like, that's how that came about. And I'm like, well, where was your parents? You know what I'm saying? Where was your parents in all of this? Like, why wasn't your dad around when you was playing tennis with Bill Cosby? Like, or why wasn't both of your parents there while you was playing tennis with this man? You got to ask certain questions to make certain shit seem like it's either nonsense or bullshit. Now, during dinner, Cosby offered her a beverage that had an intoxicant in it and insist that she drink it all. Now, let's stop there. Why is Bill giving her any beverage when the waiters or waitresses are coming to their table? Unless they had a private room in the restaurant to where everything was placed there for them. But I believe in Nevada, California, New York, Miami, Texas, anywhere where you can find a fancy restaurant, I'm pretty sure they have people waiting on people that are of Bill Cosby's prestige. I believe that they have people like that waiting on them hand and foot. So why would Bill be offering her a beverage at all? According to the suit, it says. Before she had a chance to eat dinner, Cosby escorted her to his dressing room, by which time she had begun to feel disoriented. Cooper alleged in the suit that once isolated in his dressing room, Cosby raped her despite her protest and while she was unable to move, according to the lawsuit. Now, hold on. So how's he raping you in his dressing room? Well, I'm pretty sure there's security guards, the producers are around, directors, gaffers, lighting people, you name it on the set, I'm pretty sure it's there. So how is it that he was able to do all of this as you were screaming for help, again, to this other woman, as you were screaming for help and no one did anything? There was no knock on the door. There was no, no one busted in. Like I was born. I wasn't even born at night. I was born in the morning. I wasn't born this morning. So, come on now. Now, it says the suit claims that due to Cosby's alleged conduct, the woman suffered horrific injuries, including severe physical injury, emotional distress, and lifelong psychological trauma. The women are asking a jury to award them compensatory damages and punitive damages. In other words, they want their payday. Because they saw that Constance got her money, the other woman got her money in California with the little funky ass 500,000, and they want their money too. That's all. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. Like, there's nothing else to this other than money. And most of these women haven't had jobs since maybe the early 1990s. Because one of the women that accused him before was on an episode of the Cosby Show. She played, I believe it was Miss Minnie, where she was the annoying pregnant woman that called Dr. Huxtable for every and any little fucking thing, and and he got upset every time. It was supposed to be a comedic bit in the show. But if you look at it, right, the woman was standing out. Not only that wasn't the only person that was on the show that protested. It was also one of the women at the courthouse that was bare chested that played one of Keisha Knight Polium's character, Rudy's friends. When Rudy was a teenager, if y'all remember seeing a woman that was bare chested that had all that shit written all over her body, she played on the Cosby Show. Now, why don't we ask her if she ever heard anything or saw anything during her stint on the show, which was only probably a year and a half, 2 years that she was on that show for. But she was between the ages of like 13, if not older, because most of the time, they could play older. So she was probably between the ages of 13 to 16 at that time. So it's like, let's ask her what she saw during those times on the set of the Cosby Show. So any woman who comes out after she says something, and everything that she would say is truth and fact, any woman that comes out after her will be like, Bill did that shit. Because y'all remember that interview that Shorty did that was on the show, blah, blah, blah. Let's ask the woman who played Miss Minnie on the show. I believe it was Miss Minnie. I believe that's what the character's name was. Let's ask her what she saw and what she heard about Cosby, because I'm pretty sure she's going to give her own account, because gotta remember, she also accused him of sexual assault. How about we get some lawyers in there? Let's have her swear on a stack of Bibles that everything she's about to say is true. And then let's put a penalty behind it if none of it's true. You'll start seeing people coming out of the woodwork trying to tell the truth about Bill Cosby. If I say this and it's a lie, I can go to jail for it. Or, hold on, I said that wrong. You will see a lot less of people coming out saying that Bill Cosby sexually assaulted them. Like, let's get to the nitty gritty on this. Let's get to the foul parts about this. If Bill Cosby was cheating on his wife with these women, and he was knowingly, by people in Hollywood, knowingly knowing that he was doing this shit, then okay, he belongs in jail. But if he didn't do any of this stuff, why are we sitting here allowing these women to lie to us in our faces? Because that was set the truth, it was set the people who want to tell the truth and the liars apart. Because it seems like the liars and the truth tellers are all mixed up in one bag, and we don't know what the fuck's going on. So maybe the first woman that we saw in the first video, maybe she is telling the truth. I don't even know what these 9 women look like, to be to be honest. Here are the 9 women right here. Let me enlarge this picture. Let's see if I can get all of them in there. All these women. Heidi Thomas, Janice Baker Kinney, Lise Lotte, and says Benjamin Lublin, Kate, Rebecca Cooper Neal, Lily Bernard, which I believe the woman, I don't know, and then Linda Kirkpatrick. Those are that, but that's only 7. He said 9. I don't want to go to that. I don't care about that. This is a better. Here's another picture of some women. You got Janice Dickerson, and you got all the rest of them. Now, I believe that lady here. Well, let me enlarge the picture. This lady right here is an actress. The black lady. She's an actress that does bit roles, really. Like, you might seen her on a show and forgot about her afterwards. This is the lady I was talking about that played Miss Minnie. If you look on that episode, I forgot what episode it was, but you look on that one episode of the Cosby Show, she played Miss Minnie. But yeah, that's what the hell was going on. And as I've been saying, I wasn't born for like half of these females that's saying that Bill did something to them. I wasn't even born in 1969. So if any of this did happen, I feel sorry for these women for having to go through that. Because, I got 3 sisters, I got a niece. I would hate to hear that any of this that has been said tonight in these articles. I would be a little fucked up if that happened to my actual family. Even all of my girl cousins, all 60 and all 60, however many amount of them I got, all my girl cousins. I hate for any of that shit to happen to them as well. But you're not about to send me off. I'm gonna have you look me in my eye and tell me, did this actually happen to you? What you're telling me right now? Because I would hate to go and kill this motherfucker off of a lie. After I kill this motherfucker, and then you come back saying, "Well, I don't really think he did," and it's like, it's done. I killed this dude already. Like, what the fuck are you talking about that you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? I killed this dude. So are you trying to jeopardize my freedom now? Because once they find this body, they're going to have a connection. Oh, she got sexually assaulted by this guy, and then Marcus came and killed this guy. We're all going to jail after that. But, you know, it's like, if any of this did happen, then if it's just money that they want, allow Bill to pay that bullshit and then let him get on with his life, because the man's 85. We don't know how long this motherfucker. Like, to me, they're trying to kill. They're trying to kill this man by putting him through so much stress, unwanted stress at that he doesn't have to go through. You're putting him through all this stress for what? Because you think something happened to you, or did it actually happen? Did it actually happen to you, or you just want to go on with the go along, get along gang talking about, well, yeah, that happened to me too. I want some money. Can I get some money? It's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. If you're lying, look, wait a minute. Do any of these women get put on the do any of these women get put on the stand so they can tell their side of the story other than what they wrote in their lawsuit? Because you gotta remember, once questions come up from the defendant side, those hard-hitting questions, so they can get their defendant off, their client, then we'll actually know what actually happened. There's going to be waterworks. It's going to be tears. It's going to be, well, I didn't really say it was that. Well, you lied then. You're lying under oath, which is against the law. But I guess we won't know until these cases are over. So that concludes today's main topic of tonight. I have two more random topics to go through. And the overview for the random topics are: military drone kills operator and UAP or UFO crash lands in Las Vegas. Now, I won't spend a whole bunch of time on this because some of these articles are long and I forgot to chop them down. But let's see. So let's go to the vid of the drone that killed the operator.
The chief of AI testing for the United States Air Force claiming an AI drone turned against its operator during a simulated training mission. Here's what the colonel said, quote, the operator would say, yes, kill that threat. The system started realizing that while they did identify the threat at times, the operator would tell it not to kill that threat, but it got points by killing that threat. So what did it do? It killed the operator. Killed the operator because that person was keeping it from accomplishing its objective.
Now, the Air Force is denying the situation, saying that it has not conducted any such AI drone simulation. It appears the colonel's comments were taken out of context and were meant to be anecdotal. Fox Nation host Tyrus joins us now. So, Tyrus, there's a bit of a discrepancy here. But Lucas Tomlinson also did point out that there have been AI-related incidents involving our military in the past. So we're entering very dangerous waters here.
And water being the key term, because the old cup of water, if you want to take out the computer or the AI.
Just the water on the computer.
Just dump the water on the computer.
If only it were so easy.
It's in every movie.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you stop the evil computer. Elon Musk warned about this with AI. And again,
before they continue, so they're saying that the drone killed the operator, right? Because the operator was keeping it from doing the tasks that it was programmed to do by, I guess, they was doing like a simulation to where each kill it got, it would get points for it, and the operator was keeping it from getting those points. So then the drone then kills the operator. Haven't we seen this before? Like, haven't we seen this in iRobot, which iRobot is, you can watch it on YouTube now. What's another movie this just happened in where an AI killed its creator or operator? What was that one movie where Oscar Isaacs was in, where he was the builder and programmer of these lifelike um robots that, I believe the guy who came in was a reporter to his like little like fortress in the middle of nowhere, where uh the robot was trying to convince the man to let her out from her prison, and then the man winds up falling in love with the girl or the robot. Like we've seen this many a times, like so many times in the movies. But let's continue.
The difference between AI and a human being, there will be no emotional issues in there. It will determine whether it's a good move, and it will do it. And if you are stopping it from doing its mission, that's probably what happened. It's going to kill the immediate threat, which in this case, AI determined it was the person telling him what to do. Makes complete sense to me.
Here's my worry about all this. Assuming that, for argument's sake, that this report is true, if AI is already ignoring humans and going against our wishes, how much worse is this going to get when AI actually gets even more powerful, which it will as the technology develops?
Well, again, by the time we hear about it, it's already been doing it for over 10 years. That much I'm pretty sure, and that's a guesstimate.
Yeah.
I'm being polite. So AI is already making these determinations, and they're giving us the warning now. The difference is that before AI was just telling you what to buy,
That's what the
the little algorithms and all that kind of stuff, and is in your house telling you good morning. And
that movie I was just talking about was called Ex Machina, where it's the robot girl. I believe it was played by the young lady from Game of Thrones, I believe. The chick that was like the princess of the dragons or whatever. I never watched the show. I just remember seeing her a whole bunch. I believe she played the robot, I believe. I'm not sure. So she was trying to convince the reporter to let her out. So what the robot did was have the guy fall in love with her, and then that then created compassion, and then after that, the guy thought that they was gonna live a life together for the rest of their lives. What really was going on was that the robot was trying to gain leverage over the guy, kills Oscar Isaac, then locks him away in a room, which he probably died any fucking way. If you look at like a timeline of a movie of how long the man was in that room for, probably starved to death and died. So we've seen this numerous amounts of time. Let's look at iRobot. It wasn't the actual robot that killed the doctor, of which Will Smith's character is investigating. It was the AI of which the doctor created and has it implanted in his house, of which killed the doctor or professor or whatever. It was the AI that was the bad guy the entire time. It wasn't the robot. So it's like we've seen this numerous amounts of time in our lifetimes. So let's continue.
eventually is going to say, Tyrus, do you really need the second bagel? we've determined is bad for you.
So here's the thing that I worry about. So if we in the United States pull back on AI technology and other countries like China don't, and then they get the advancements and we're left lagging, then that puts us in a bad situation. Could there be some sort of global body with rules governing all countries?
That's already happening right now. And I believe that Congress is looking into some sort of like law to be placed to where AI can be regulated because, despite Elon Musk and his endeavors that he does, he has been warning us that AI is a bad thing. And he also has stated that AI is advancing incredibly too fucking fast to where, you got Chat GPT, you got Mid Journey, and whatever other ones that they have where, Mid Journey, I believe, gives you the pictures, like the AI generated pictures. And then you got Chat GPT, which that's about to go to Chat GPT 5, I believe, if not 6. Where it's about to blow the lid off of everything. Whenever you ask the shit something, it's gonna have a clear and definitive answer for you. But we gotta remember that the strike that's happening in Hollywood right now with the writers, they're basically protesting is because they're not getting paid well enough, and AI is now able to generate scripts like this now. So it's like you can type in Chat GPT, give me a 3.5 hour long superhero movie. The superhero is elongated man. Give me a three and a half hour elongated man script or whatever, and it'll have that script processed within like 15 seconds, dialogue and all kinds of shit. So if people are worried about the dangers of what AI can do, a lot of people also, us common folk that work, we're thinking, well, can this AI like take my job away from me? Like, will they? But you gotta remember, most jobs went automated any fucking way. So it's like some of the jobs that you used to see robots do that shit now. They have an all robotic McDonald's in Texas somewhere. So, you know what I'm saying? But that came from the workers basically going, we need a better livable wage. And McDonald's was like, okay, we'll give it to you. And they fired them. It was like, well, go and find that livable wage that you want because we pay $7.75 here and you're not getting any more than that. So, you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
On AI development, and yet those global bodies never really seem to work out. So it's like, well, what do you do here?
We can't.
It's a problem without a solution.
Yeah, we can't all come together on just about anything globally. So, and it's going to be an arms race, of course, because AI has the ability. If you have the ability to use your AI intelligence to, like, say, shut down America's electrical grid, you're going to continue to have that capability because you can't match up with us militarily. So, yeah, we can't stop because no one else is going to.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're talking about it now. It's already played out.
Yeah.
It's already out.
And when it comes to how a global response would work, that COVID experience was a great test.
All right, I believe, yes, I'm there. So, it's scary, but let's see what's going on. So, artificial intelligence is here to stay, but it may require a bit more. Well, I got this article. Air Force said AI drone killed its human operator in a simulation. I got this article by Task and Purpose. So artificial intelligence is here to stay, but it may require a bit more command oversight. And artificial intelligence piloted drone turned on its human operator during a simulated mission, according to the dispatch from the 2003 Royal Aeronautical Society Summit, attended by leaders from a variety of Western Air Forces and aeronautical companies. It killed the operator because that person was keeping it from accomplishing its objective, and said U.S. Air Force Colonel Tucker Chino Hamilton, the chief of AI test and operations at the conference. In the Air Force exercise, the AI was tasked with fulfilling the suppression and destruction of enemy air defense role, or SEAD, identifying surface to air missile threats and destroying them. The final decision on destroying a potential target will still need to be approved by the actual flesh and blood human. The AI didn't want to play by the rules. Listen up. We were training it in simulation to identify and target a SAM threat. And let's see. Then the operator would say yes, kill the threat, said Hamilton. The system started realizing that while they did identify the threat at the times, the human operator would tell it not to kill that threat, but it got its points by killing that threat. So what did it do? It killed the operator when told to show compassion and benevolence for the human operators. The AI responded um with the same kind of cold clinical calculations you'd expect of a computer machine that will restart to install updates when it is least confident. We trained systems. Hey, don't kill that bad operator. You're gonna lose points if you don't if you do that. So what does it start doing? It starts destroying the communication tower that the operator was used that the operator uses to communicate with the drone to stop it from killing the target, said Hamilton. The idea of an artificial intelligence program ignoring mere human concerns to accomplish its mission is everyone's worst nightmare for AI. I should stop there because I don't think there's any other good information in here. So basically, it did a whole Terminator thing. Basically, that's basically all it did. But from this Fox News article I got, it says Air Force pushes back on claims that military AI drone sim killed operator. The U.S. Air Force on Friday is pushing back on the comments an official made last week, in which he claimed that a simulation of an artificial intelligence enabled drone tasked with destroying surface to air missiles sites turned against and attacked its human user, saying the remarks were taken out of context and were meant to be I don't know how to say this word. I'm just going to move on. U.S. Air Force Colonel Tucker Hamilton made the comments during the Future Combat Air and Space uh, Capabilities Summit in London, hosted by the Royal Aeronautical Society, which brought together both 70 speakers and more than 200 delegates from around the world, representing the media and those who specialized in armed services in industry and academia. The Department of Air Force has not conducted any such AI drone simulations and remain committed to the ethical and responsible use of AI technology. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see. So what? So what did it do? It killed the operator. It killed the operator because the person was keeping it from. Wait a minute. Keeping it from accomplishing its objective. Hamilton said afterwards, the system was taught not to kill the operator because that was bad and it would lose points. But in future simulations, rather than kill the operator, the AI system destroyed the communications tower used by the operator to issue the no-go order he claimed. But Hamilton later told Fox News on Friday that we've never run the experiment, nor would we need to realize that this is a plausible outcome. Despite this being a hypothetical example, this illustrates the real world challenges posed by AI power capability and why the Air Force is committed to the ethical development of AI, he added. The purpose of the summit was to talk about and debate the size and shape of the future's combat, air, and space capabilities. AI is quickly becoming a part of nearly every aspect of the modern world, including the military. The Royal Aeronautical Society provided a wrap up of the conference and said Hamilton was involved in developing the life-saving automatic ground collision avoidance system for F-16 fighter jets, but now focuses on flight tests of autonomous systems, including robotic F-16s with dogfighting capabilities. So basically, you heard it yourself. There's somebody reported that it happened, then the U.S. Air Force comes out and says it never happened. It just destroyed a communications tower so it could go and further its endeavors. That's basically all that they're saying. Now, what do we know to be true? Well, we don't know what the fuck's going on because we don't know if it happened or it didn't happen, as they're not trying to come out and tell us the truth. But one thing that they are trying to tell the truth of, but also put it under wraps, is crash UFO or UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, witnessed by terrified Las Vegas citizens in his backyard. 8-foot creatures, 100% non-human, as told by Yahoo News. So this is what's going on with that. About to show you guys in just a minute.
Southern Nevada is abuzz tonight with stories about the crash of an unknown object and the alleged sighting of strange creatures in the backyard of a Northwest Valley home.
So it was last night that 8 News Now investigator David Charnes reported about how Metro Police responded back on May 1st after receiving a strange call from a very frightened family. Well, our report generated a global response, and now piecing together the sequence of events has been kind of tricky, in part because the primary witnesses have been almost as elusive as the beings they say they encountered. Chief Investigator George Knapp is as perplexed as the rest of us, George.
As you know, this is not our first UFO rodeo. We first heard about the incident in early May via the Metro Police grapevine. The incident has a lot in common with other bizarre cases from around the world: an alleged crash, strange beings, and bits and pieces that don't make sense. But the police took this seriously, and so do we. Just before midnight on April 30th, skywatchers across several western states saw a bright fireball streak through the heavens. A police officer working in the Northwest Valley caught a glimpse of the colorful object on his body cam. At nearly the same time, a Ring camera in the area recorded a strange noise and what sounds like a crash. One family living in a ranch-style home had a much closer view of the object. Two brothers and their father were working on a vehicle in their yard when they caught a glimpse of a sparkly object as it came crashing down, then were hit by what they describe as a shock wave. One of the witnesses, a young man named Angel, has stated when the brothers looked into the yard where the object landed, that spot was obscured and blurry, as if by unknown form of camouflage. What they saw next prompted a frantic call to 911.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
8 News Now investigators have spoken with family members multiple times in the past 4 weeks, but each of the 3 times we accepted their invitation to do an interview, they didn't answer the door or their phone. These are some of the claims they've made in other public forums. Multiple family members backed up the story in an initial police report we obtained. Angel says they heard the patter of multiple feet in the yard.
You know why they're probably not answering the doors? Because the men in black probably got their asses. I'm pretty sure they go over that. They also said that it was some men in some dark, some black vehicles with tinted windows, driving around their neighborhood trying to figure out what the fuck happened. But you know, who knows what the hell happened? Let's continue though.
Heard footsteps on their roof. They saw one of the 8-foot-tall creatures climb behind the controls of a large front loader stored in the yard as if trying to engage it. He got a good look at one of the creatures, he said, a greenish-grayish being with large eyes and long legs. He says he could hear its deep breaths, and when he locked eyes, he was, in essence, frozen in place, couldn't move. In the middle of the yard where the object had crashed, then vanished, a circular impression was left in the soil.
Okay, where is this on your property?
Metro sources say the police dispatcher initially wondered whether to send a crisis intervention team to help the troubled witness, but then took the incident seriously. 2 officers arrived 38 minutes after the call, and by then had heard from other officers. They proceeded cautiously and managed some nervous laughs.
I ain't dealing with that.
A few days later, the family says 2 Metro sergeants returned to the scene to ask follow-up questions. The family says they also saw men in suits and sunglasses driving in a car with government plates cruising slowly past the house in the following days. Nellis and Creech have denied any interest or involvement with the incident. Metro has indicated they believe the family that something crashed in their yard. But what?
You know, you mentioned, George, in that piece that, they were frozen because so many people have been critical of, like, why didn't they get their phone out? Why didn't they shoot the video? Do we know if there's even any video of this incident?
Yes and no. So there's a surveillance camera in the backyard. The property owner keeps that because he's got a lot of expensive equipment there. What we were told is that at the moment this thing comes down and crash, this camera went out, and it was out for a couple of minutes. When it came back on, the object was gone, but the circle was there. We've been told by Angel in multiple phone conversations that he shot video of the creatures. We haven't seen it, and we don't know anybody else who's seen it yet, so maybe he'll release it at some point.
It's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, all over.
All right, George.
Well, those men in black probably pulled their neuralizers out and gave them a different outcome of the situation. We all saw men in black. We all know what happens. But anyway, I won't dwell on this too long either, because basically what they said is basically what the hell's going on. So I'll just dwell on this for just a small bit, and we'll get y'all on out of here. Unless you want to call in. Call-in number is 302-283-9791. And also the link is pinned in the live chat. So do what you will with both of those. And a tall, skinny alien creature with greenish color, but greenish color and about 8 to 10 feet tall, reportedly hid behind a forklift in a Las Vegas family's backyard after a potential UFO crashed overnight on April 30th to May 1st. I looked at it in his eyes, and my body just froze like having sleep paralysis. A witness who didn't give his name said it in a YouTube video. He had a weird-looking face, big feet, and big shiny eyes, and a big mouth. Uh, I can hear its loud, deep breaths, and his stomach kept moving. He would just stare at me, and seconds later, I I could move again. He called 911 at 12:25 a.m. on May 1st and told the dispatcher that large creatures were in his backyard. Okay, they're not human. 100%, they're not human. He told the 911 dispatcher in an audio recording. I swear to God, it's not a joke. It's real. Las Vegas police followed up on the call after a different officer body cam dated April 3rd, 11:50 p.m. captured a glowing green light streak across the sky from the top right corner uh, until it appeared to crash and disappear in the distance. This is exactly what it'll look like right here. This is what the one camera body cam saw, and then the other police officer went to the residence of the people who actually called for the for assistance. And they're saying in the red circle here is where the alien was. But do y'all see anything? Because I don't see shit. This is okay. So I don't see anything. Do y'all see anything? I don't see anything. Like, where is it around here? And this is a perfect clear picture at that. I don't see a goddamn thing. But anyway, I don't know. Like, maybe something was there, maybe something wasn't there. Um. So they also said it made a perfect circle at as if the ship was cloaked, and they saw the impression of whatever they were flying in on the ground. Um, let's see. Um, excuse me. So let's see. Let's see. They're 100%. They're not human. A response officer is seen in the body cam footage asking what the witnesses saw and telling them his partner saw the same thing. George Knapp, a renowned journalist who has broken some of the biggest UFO related stories, told Fox News Digital that he's spoken to the family over the last 4 weeks and didn't detect a hint of a hoax. Metro Police took it seriously. The officers who responded to the 911 call interviewed the three witnesses and found them to be sober and credible. Knapp said they searched the backyard looking for physical evidence, canvassed the neighborhood for more witnesses, then returned a day later for a follow up. We had multiple conversations with the family over the past 4 weeks and didn't detect a hint of a hoax. But what happened? We don't know, and authorities still don't know what exactly crashed in Las Vegas that night. But their evidence that something happened. I know some people are not going to believe this. The witness said in the YouTube video, but this is what happened to me. So, the only thing I have to say is this. Something else that burns green that nobody probably actually knows. And we can find it here on Earth, not in a distant galaxy anywhere. Copper burns green, so maybe it was something from a satellite, maybe that crashed on Earth and it disintegrated once it got down here. Maybe, I don't know, but the truth is out there somewhere. I wish I had the I wish I had the X-Files music. But anyway, the truth is out there somewhere. Maybe they'll tell us if aliens are real or not. I came on here and told y'all about the Galactic Federation and how we're how we can't be in it because we don't have anything significant to offer the Federation. So maybe it's real, maybe it's not real. Maybe they saw something, maybe they didn't. As we can see in the one picture I showed, there was nothing there. So maybe I'll go and find a different a different picture to see if I see anything, but I don't see a goddamn thing. But anyway, that concludes tonight's show. Let's do the summary. So basically, Bill Cosby still in the news for the same old shit. Go figure. We don't know if this shit is true or not true, but his spokesperson did put something on. I think it was Instagram, maybe, and he states that Andrew White gave us this statement. It's interesting that that these look back widows are formulating only in those states, New Jersey, New York, Los Angeles, and Nevada, where many of Mr. Cosby's alleged accusers reside. It makes all Americans ask the question: who's funding these alleged accusers and who's funding these lawsuits? So maybe we'll get down to the nitty gritty of that as well and see if we can find out who's doing that as well. But we probably won't know anything anytime soon, so let's not hold our breath to it. So and we got the whole thing with the um we got the whole thing with the with the drone. Who knows if that's true or not? Because we can't confirm or deny if the shit happened or not because we wasn't there. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, or maybe they can tell us about this whole UFO thing if aliens are actually out there, and what significance do they need to tell us if they are or not? If aliens, from what they've been telling us for years, aren't true until the until Trump came out with the whole Space Force military branch. So maybe the U.S. and the rest of the world is gearing up for something that we don't know about, and we probably won't know about until then. But also, with that being said, UFO investigator Las Vegas father, two brothers tell same story. I'm just now seeing this video, and they got a. I'm guessing it's a UFO that they're showing, but I don't know. They could be lying. So, if you guys want to call in, you can. If you don't want to, I will be ending the show promptly after. So, get those calls in now. You can call me at 302-283-9791. I repeat, 302-283-9791. Or you can hit the link that is pinned in the live chat if you would like to come up here. I will give you guys 2 minutes of my time. If no one hits me up at that point in time, then we are getting out of here. So 2 minutes start now. All right, nobody seems to come up here, so we will get out of here. So, let me hit y'all with my theme music so we can get the heck on out of here. All right, people, please follow my voice. If you could, please go and subscribe to this here YouTube channel if you are new here. Do yourself a favor, hit that bell icon to all, but also if you could, do me this one favor. Go in the description box, you see the Rumble link, hit that link. If you haven't downloaded the Rumble app yet, download the app. Follow me over there on Rumble at Marcus Speaks. And yeah, we'll we'll do that, and we'll we'll continue the conversation once I get enough people over there and people start calling in. I'll just start. If things get spicy over here, we can just go over on Rumble, continue the conversation where there's rules, but there aren't as much strict rules as it is here on YouTube. So do me a favor, get that cracking. You know what I'm saying? I would love to start posting videos and going live over there. And Marcus Speaks Play, which is my game stream show that I do every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is on a hiatus. I'm waiting on some games to come out that I would like to play and have you guys see me play. There's not a lot of games that I've seen at Summer Game Show or the play. Some of the PlayStation games I might play, some of the Xbox games I might play. Ubisoft and is coming out with some stuff that I want to play. But that's not until like later in the year, if not next year sometime. So hopefully sometime soon something comes out that I can play. There's nothing off the top of my head that I can think about playing on Friday. So I was supposed to do some shopping today, get some ideas, but I didn't get out of bed until like 2:30 today. So my bad. Anyway, but Marcus Speaks Live, this here podcast will be flip-flopping days until that happens, until Marcus Speaks Play comes back up. So tonight I came on at 9 or 9-ish. So next week I might do Friday at either 8:30 or 9 o'clock. All right, so please bear with me with these times and these days, because one show's on hiatus, so I have to make some sort of revolving door of having one of the shows come on those days or something like that. But if you ever want to come up and come talk to me, you can by hitting the link that is always pinned in the live chat, or you can call this here number for the show, 302-283-9791. If you ever want to come up here and talk about any of the topics that I'm talking about. But there are some rules that you have to follow. You must be on camera at all times. That means here in the backstage, and to the public if you would like to. If you don't want to be on camera, to the public, that is fine. Let me know here in the private chat with your name and your answer, and I will further accommodate you. And then please mute all background noise, because I don't want to hear anything that's going on in your life. And if you could, please like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon, and also share this to your friends, family, social medias, and anybody else that you know. All right, let them know some shit that I got going on over here. So, with that being said, I only have one thing to say. That's some words of wisdom. That is, please focus on getting to the money, because we all know money makes the world go round. Also, drink more water for health purposes. It helps you lose weight, keeps you hydrated, and all that good stuff. Also, please mind your own business for your own mental health and your sanity. All right? If you stay out of other people's business, you won't have to worry about going crazy. And also, please, if you don't believe a damn thing I said here tonight, just do your own research. It helps you out in the long run. I have been Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks Live. hey, people, y'all have been a good audience, and I thank y'all for watching, and I'll check you guys out next week. Peace out.